Welcome folks to the channel, Clunkers and Classics. This is episode 10 of restoring this 1978 Dodge Aspen RT 364 barrel. Let's see what we can go over. On this episode, we're definitely going to get all the interior done. Since the last episode, I started putting the back seat in, and the bottom of the red is all rotten from mice piss, really. So it's, you know, like it's rusted, it's just disintegrated. I actually had to to take it out of the other car, I had to put a crowbar here, and then all this metal support here just all crumpled. And then I started looking at it, and it's got mice damage, like big patch in here, big patch on the side. So I'm not going to use it. I can't even take it off and recover, say, this base. So what I have is the complete seat for this burgundy, purple, whatever you want to call it. I have this back piece for it, but I don't know if I want to put them both in. So I just kind of set this here for now because I got to put in the carpet. But I did mount this one with the 2 bolts. Okay, the interior, as I said in the last video, the trim and everything doesn't look very good, but that's all I got. You know, you can't buy anything for these cars new. Probably look for some used stuff, which maybe down the future, if I find either a good interior, another parts car or something, you know, who knows. But for now, to get it rolling. So I don't know, would it look good? See, the seats are going to be this red color here, but of course the bottoms at least got to be recovered. Now we got an upholstery guy in here in town that's not there very often. I don't know, I tried to use him a few years ago, but he said he was too busy to get anything done in a reasonable amount of time. It sounds like it would take 6 months to get something done. But anyway, in the past, it's always easier. You know, let's say you just had a rip, this seam here was ripped. Well, the upholstery guy wouldn't reupholster the whole thing. He would just, you know, either from here to here, or, you know, that's how he would fix it. He wouldn't reupholster the whole thing. So that's with the front seats. Most of the upholstery on the front seats is good, and I'll just leave it and just have him patch, you know, like this, you know, say this area here on the front seat, just that. Okay, so basically the seats are going to be staying red, so they will match this. They won't match this. So how bad will it look if I had the whole back seat this color and the front seats red? You know, I don't know. But if I leave it like this, nobody sees this from the outside looking in. You see all the red, and it looks good. But anyway, I'll try to catch him at a shop. But we're definitely going to get all the carpet installed. It's going to be a little bit of a chore. I got to cut it all out for the shifter and all that stuff. The tweeters, front speaker should be in any day. I'm going to mount them and then mount this dash permanently. And that should be it. Other than I got the red door panels. So that's white ones coming off. Okay, so on this video, we'll definitely get all the interior done. At least the carpet, front seats mounted, dash done, mounted. I plan to paint all these door jambs black, all around the doors, door jambs, all black. I'm gonna paint all this black. I need some Bodywork here, it's wavy. It's going all black here. Then these rear side louvers are gonna get all painted black. And then we're gonna urethane them on here. Okay. Okay, I had one problem with this car there this morning. I don't start it very often, but it's been starting. And it just click, 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 click. Didn't know exactly what it was. Battery was charged. Well, it ended up being the starter. And the starter might not be bad. It could have been the solenoid, but I broke the little, I broke this little deal off. And then this is the original starter. Then the starter was originally out the 5th Avenue that didn't work, and I took it apart just to see if I could get that little deal off there, which is right here. See this little deal, it pops up through there to mount your wire. So I couldn't take that off and put it on this starter. On the 5th Avenue, I bought it with a messed up starter, and I pulled a starter off a 96 Dodge pickup 360 5.9, and it fit on there and worked. So that's what I did. I took that back off the 5th Avenue and put it on mine. I wish I could have showed you side by side, but it's a lot smaller. It's probably about 3/4 the size of this one. It's a lot smaller, which is good because the exhaust pipe is right there, and if you have headers, you probably wouldn't have a problem hitting the starter. So anyway, start it up here. It sounds a little bit different than the old Chrysler type. Didn't go into high idle. There it goes. Anyway, it's just straight exhaust. It's cut off at the manifold. That's why it's loud, in case you're new. And if you are new, hit the subscribe button in the bottom right on the screen. Should be a little red subscribe button. Just click that. It's free, doesn't cost anything, and you'll be notified of all the new videos. I'm probably about, I'd hate to say halfway, but because there's always something. The paint and body is going to be all at the very last. So we're making sure it's good mechanically. Done a lot of work. If you watched all the last 9 videos, you know, replaced the brake shocks to complete tune up everything. Now mechanically I still have to make it completely reliable, I need to replace all the water hoses, radiator, heater core, belts, and all that stuff. The belts are actually out to 5th Avenue, so they're not, you know, 40 years old. So everything works. It's just if you want to take it on a long road trip, I'm going to replace all that stuff later on. That'll be towards the end too. I do have to get new tires. I'll probably order them pretty soon. Not sure what I'm going to do about the rims. whether I'm going to clean them up and paint them. They are 15 by 7s, not 8s. I'd rather have 8s. Okay, another problem is this rear spoiler. I had urethaned all this closed and it's all popped up. The urethane didn't hold. So it's really thin. So I'll let you know what I'm going to do on that. How to fix that. Would have been nice to have a factory one, but I went cheap and ordered it from this place in the Great White North that makes their own. Okay, so it's straight exhaust. The exhaust is all taken off straight from the manifold and has the Y pipe coming down. So I want to ask anybody out there, which I'll probably do on the forums too, is what kind of headers fit on this car. Okay, I don't want any banging around or trying to fit, because it's really close to that steering column and everything. But if y'all know any that fit perfectly, let me know, and I'm gonna buy them. I'm gonna buy the X-pipe exhaust and 2 turbo type mufflers, Flowmaster type mufflers, and run them, which I did on this Chevelle, and I just dumped them right before the axle. Let's see if you can see under here. There's the muffler, and then that's the X-pipe for the cross flow. Just don't mind my crappy welding, and then they just mount up to the headers up there. Okay, that's what I'm going to do with this one. And they just dump right before the axle, and that's how I'm going to do the Aspen. Okay, we got no, in this state there's no safety inspections and missions, nothing. There's absolutely nothing. You buy a car, you drive it. So you don't have to have tailpipes and crap. Okay, so that's what I want to do with this. If anybody knows any headers that fit perfectly, let me know. If not, I may just leave the go into the existing pipes and run them out as dual exhaust. But I'd like to have a cross flow in there. Okay, so that's what we're going to try to, I'm going to adjust this door a little bit. So that's what we're going to do, at least on this, because these videos are about a week, what I can get done with it in a week. So I should be able to get all that interior done, get all the jams painted black, get the front speakers in, start ordering the exhaust and the wheels, and I think that's about it. Okay, so I'm gonna get rolling on it, and I'll be back when I have an update in a little while. Okay guys, I installed a stereo right here. It took a while to find the right stereo and the right little plate thing to fit in there, but it fits in there perfect. Okay, and I got the back speakers all hooked up. See the lines running up here, up under the dash, and then I wired it for the 2 front speakers, but I just now got them in. Here they are here. They are 3.5 inch, 150 watt, and these are what they look like here. Now the problem is the factory ones just sit down in there, and let's get over here. We got the wire up there, but and they're real tight, but they do fit down in there. But this little cone sticks up too high, so when the dash goes over, it's too high. So it took me a while, but I got this one mounted in through the bottom. I just went through this hole here, got them in there, and when you put them in through the bottom, the speaker part hits this deal here, so I had to put chopped up some little paint sticks and got them so they don't hit and get crushed. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do this side. I may have to take this whole dash thing out again. I just got it all screwed in there. But anyway, we'll listen to it here. I got a friend of mine's CD in there, so I don't think it's gonna be a problem being copyrighted. It sounds pretty good. CD part works. It's a little push deal here. I hope I know how to pop it out. Anyway, yeah, the radio part works, CD works, all the speaker controls and all that work. So anyway, I'll be back when I get that left side hooked up and get the dash all screwed back in there. So I'll be back later with an update. Okay folks, I got the other speaker in. I actually used a Sony speaker I had in my shed that fit flush instead of trying to get that in there. Anyway, I got the dash pad back in there. So there's the whole dash complete. Stereo in it. I believe everything works now. Now, I just got all the inside cleaned out. All the seat belts taken out. And fixing to lay in the carpet. Okay, so it'll be a little bit tricky because of that console, but it shouldn't be too difficult, shouldn't take too long. So I'm gonna lay it in here, get it all cut out, and I'll be back. I got all the insulation up on that firewall there. I don't know how far the carpet will go up, but we'll find out here in a few minutes. So anyway, I'll be back after I got it all cut for the console and holes for the seat belts. I'll probably just do that with a razor blade. You can do it. One guy commented you can do it with a soldering type gun and burn a hole in the carpet for the seat belt holes. But I usually just get a razor blade and usually just cut a little hole in it. So anyway, basically 4 seatbelt holes and cut for the console, and we'll see how it lines up. Might have to do a little trimming. But anyway, I'll be back with another update once I get that laid in there before the seats and consoles put on there. So I'll give you a view of it step by step. Okay folks, here it is. It fit really good. I didn't have to trim any on the sides here by the rockers. Usually they're a little oversized. But I'm just gonna probably glue that little deal here for the high beams. But she fit pretty good. Fixing to put in the console and bolt it in the seats for now. Haven't decided if I'm gonna get them upholstered But here's the seats here. That's the passenger side. And of course the driver's side's pretty messed up. But for now I'm just going to bolt them in there and decide on what to do with them later. So I'm just going to vacuum it up real good. It even fit real good around this catalytic converter hump. And what I'd done, I got all the holes punched here for the seats. I think there's 3 or 4 bolts for a shield, and it kind of rattled, and I undone them bolts and got rid of that shield under there. I think I threw it in the parts car already. Yeah, I don't see it around. Anyway, I'll be back when I got the seats and the console in there to show you. Okay guys, got the console in there. Had to use some pieces off this is the console from the other RT. It was red, and I had to use these red little carpet inserts here since this console was missing it, and I dyed them black. That's what this piece here is, and the piece on this little piece on the other side. So I just finished contact cementing them on there, and this little button here doesn't quite work. I don't know. You push it down, it holds it, but it's like it's locked or something. I don't know. So I took off the little. I just put that little thing upside down. Let's live with it like that. Yeah, someone commented I should have painted that flat black, and I probably should have. Front of that dash. It's gonna be glaring from the sun. Okay, I probably should have, I had half this dash taken apart. I should have just taken the whole thing out when I repaired that whole cowl area. Because there's a couple of wires. This little deal wasn't in the other RT or this one. I don't know, it's a little interior light or something. I got that off the 76. Mainly because I had 2 wires hanging down here. One was orange, one was yellow. And they were eaten by rats, so I didn't know where the hell they went. The yellow one ended up going over to this door jamb interior light switch there. Right there. And the orange one is actually to this little light here to the console. But the factory one that I took off the other RT, it went down around here, and I don't know what the hell the factory was thinking, routing it like that. So anyway, I don't know where it connects to, the yellow and the orange. That's what this little light here had, a little harness to it, which I just tucked in behind it, and it must plug in somewhere. So the orange wire for the dome light, I just stuck it up under here. I don't know if you can see it or not. I just stuck it up under there. I may hook it up later. For one thing, this bulb is burnt out. I don't have another one. And I never hooked up that yellow. Same thing, I just left the wire connected to that switch over there. Anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. If y'all have a yellow and an orange wire, you don't know what it goes to. They had a rigged wire up to the cigarette lighter. It actually works. There's a red wire spliced in. I don't know what the original color is supposed to be. Same with the radio. I think the radio was a yellow and an orange also, or yellow and a red. But I only found one for the ignition to hook that up. The other one I just put it straight into the fuse block for the battery red. Okay, just thought I'd go over that. I should have Probably had this whole dash, taken this whole thing out, repaired that cowl correctly and everything. I put in these red sun visors, even though this one here is a little loose. This one here is pretty tight. Has a little deal on it. Okay, so I'm just fixing to put in the seats. I'm just going to bolt them in. They're so easy. It takes 5 minutes to bolt them in and out. I'm going to put them in for now, and I may upholster them later. See what else I got in here. That was, I don't know if I showed the back seat. There's that purple bottom. Just left that on there. Show you something else in the trunk. I'm out of the factory spare. Got the jack handle here, this deal. This thing is not going anywhere. And I think that's probably an original spare. It's like a Uniroyal G7014 wide oval. I buttoned up my speaker wires up there, routed them. Got the factory jack deal here. Put a zip tie over here so it doesn't rattle around. So everything's tight there. So I think the trunk's all done. Okay. I'm fixing to put the seats in, then I'm going to drive it up on some ramps, and we're going to get under there and look at them floors real good and button them up. I just now got some more pour 15 in. I was going to pour 15 these seat frames right here. They're not real bad, but I was going to pour 15 them before I put them in, but it takes overnight to dry. But anyway, I'll be back a little bit later with an update. Okay guys, we're going to get up underneath here and I'll show you. I think I showed in the last video a little bit of this floor. There's where you can see some of the screws that I used to hold in the floor when I welded it. As I said in the last video, really someone should have just take the screws out and weld up the holes, but I just left them in there because I got a little flux core welder and it's not very strong. So what I'm gonna do is pour 15 all that area there. Let's see if there's any other places that I missed originally. And then let's see this. Yeah, a couple little spots there. This inner frame rail here. Yeah, overall looks good. A little bit right on that transmission mount and right there. And as you can see, I did all the back already. And then this is where I took off that catalytic converter cover right there. So I'll probably do that too. That, and then I think right where the floor meets up there. Okay. I asked on them forums about headers. Everybody was mentioning those, what is it, TTI headers? Yeah, that's going to be way too much. They're between $700 and $950. I'm not going to do it. They got some cheaper ones through like Summit that were, there was a set that said 100, was it 189 or something? But then they said if it had power steering it won't work. Then the next set was 230 and it said you'd have to, see, I'm worried about all this linkage here from the header, all this linkage. They said something about you got to turn it 180, and so anyway, I think it's going to be too much money. So what I did order the X pipe, as I called it before, a little erector set type thing. It's got a crossover, goes in the middle, and then 2 pipes that come up to meet the exhaust. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the exhaust up in here, and then up in here, and then run the pipes that come with the set out towards the middle, and then it'll have an X pipe, and then 2 pipes going out, and that was no, it was only like $94 or $92 for that. The other set I ordered for my Chevelle was about $120, because it came with a couple extra little curved pipes, and which I used. I cut them up and used 2 to deflect the mufflers downwards on my Chevelle over there. I think I showed you that earlier. Okay, I ordered 2 mufflers. They were $35 for 2. They're just 1 chambered, so they're going to be loud, but that's okay. So they both should be in next week. It won't be on this video, but it'll be next video. We'll be doing that. So I'm just going to do it without headers for now, because it is really tight up there. You know, here's that little smaller starter I showed you earlier. That's off a 96 Dodge 5.9, and it's actually a lot smaller than the factory one. So I didn't want, oh, and the other thing on those headers was somebody mentioned you had to jack up one side of the engine and all that stuff. So for now I'm going to leave the headers off, because those X-pipe kit, I can always just cut them. If I get headers later that come down, I can cut them off and mount them to the headers. So it's not going to be like I'm wasting money or nothing. But for now, I don't know how much I'm going to be driving this car. I'm probably not going to be racing it or nothing, but you know, who knows in the future. Kind of just like the seats, you know, get the seats reupholstered and the headers put on there later on. But for anyway, right now I'm just going to button up this bottom here, get it all coated, and I don't think this is too bad. You see these little, where the floor meets up here, I might put a little bit of silicone in there. I don't have any good undercoating to, I just pour 15 it. I'll just pour 15 in, I think. I don't think I'll bother with the undercoating. I got a bad deal on those other cans. They don't spray right. So anyway, I'm going to get at least that done. And this thing is still leaking. Probably can't see it. I should probably open the hood. On the timing chain cover, it's leaking a little bit. Not as much as before that I thought, because what was leaking before was that transmission. It was just coating this whole ground underneath here in tranny fluid, and I thought half of it was oil, but it wasn't. I mean, it's only had about 2 drops. Been sitting here for 3 or 4 days, so it's not leaking that much. I'm probably going to leave that for now. I don't feel like tearing the front of that motor apart right now. We'll just see how it goes. It may seal itself up a little bit after it runs and stuff for a while. So anyway, I'll be back with an update a little bit later. Okay folks, I got the seats mounted in there. There's a little cup holder was in the other car, so I just kind of stuck that there. That's the problem with these old cars, they don't come with cup holders. Except, anybody know what these are? They come in old Chevys too, GMs and stuff. Those are your cup holders, old-timey style. But anyway, I'm gonna build a console for my '69 Chevelle. I might make a video on it. I don't know when I'm gonna make it, but it's gonna be a custom console with all kinds of stuff in it. Just gonna make it right out of scratch, fiberglass, cardboard layout, and then fiberglass it. And anyway, this passenger seat's really not too bad. I'm going the I don't know, there's probably a red tint showing on this carpet here, but I ran out of black vinyl carpet paint. And I got the red door panels to match this, but I want to paint all the door jambs black first. I don't know when I can get around that. I gotta paint that door jambs black, trunk black, all around the back window. I'll go over that here in a minute. And these doors here, I'll show you the seat first. This seat here is the worst, but everything works on them. I did 415 the tracks, and they all go, it goes back and forth with these, so everything on the seats work. It folds up, except, you know, they're not like the newer cars where you can put them in 15 different positions. This just goes forwards and back, and the seat here just goes forward just enough for somebody to get in the back seat. That's it. No adjustments for, I don't know, might be better to put in some aftermarket type seats. See, in my Chevelle, look at it. It never came with seats. These are out of a Mitsubishi Eclipse. And it took a while to mount these in there. I had to do spacers and everything else. But of course, this has got all the positions and everything on it. It's not electric, but they're pretty nice. I don't mind that console that's just sitting in there. This is the one I'm going to build a console for, all the way down to fit in the stereo and cup holders. That's just all temporary. So I've got a little mini junkyard here. I don't know whether I should just round up some, put some aftermarket seats in, but since I had these seats, and they are original, and they work, they're not all busted and rusted, be nice to keep them. But then again, be nice to have some upgraded ones that tilt and all that stuff. They don't have to be heated or anything like that, or any of that stuff. So anyway, I used more 415 underneath, and then I added some in the bottom of these doors here, you know, where the water collects and rusts. Because as you can see, this ain't bad at all. There's no rust holes. It's just all surface rust. And that's going to be my next project here, to get all these doors ready to paint and paint them black. But it's a lot of sanding. I guess I could probably use a wire wheel or something, but I usually just grab sandpaper, and what I call it is just finger fucking it, you know, but it takes a while. So I got to do all these door jambs underneath the fenders. Okay, so this I'm starting to strip down. I started peeled off the rest of the stripe here, and this paints all the ones it's all messed up because I put that quarter on there and didn't put in a very good paint job. So let's see all this cracking and stuff here. I got to strip all this down the metal, all this down the metal, and all that down the metal. And this was, I explained before, that was the little rust spot I fixed. So then I'm going to prime all this and paint all this black to get the louvers ready to urethane on there. Same with this back part. And then this is pretty much, I think, where they molded the roof into the quarter at the factory. Usually it's up higher, but this was it here. So I blocked it down, put a little skim of Bondo, so it'll actually be better than the factory. I think that's the only dents around this window that I'm going to fix for now. We got a lot of body work when it comes to doing the body work. It's just hammered with hail. Well, luckily I did replace the hood, but even the deck lid here is, here's two right here. There's a big one there, big one there, and a big one here. But it's going to take a while to do all that body work, so I'm just going to do it in sections. I said I'm going to do this around this rear window and these two side windows, prime and paint them black. Okay, so that's my next little project, pretty much done with the interior. I don't know if I have enough time on this video to get all this, all the door jambs painted. It's Friday night, Friday night already, so I'll see what I can get done tonight and tomorrow, and then that'll be the end of this video. See what else I got to do. You can tell it's been hammered with hail. This piece here is just hammered, but I got another piece to put on there, and I'll have to check my other door to see if I got the other chrome piece. As you can see, this one is just hammered too, so I'll see if I can get another piece for that and probably put them on there. I did change the antenna over. It had an aftermarket antenna that was kind of messed up. I'll take that off when I go to paint it, and of course this is bent. I'll see if I can round up another deal, but I put that on there to get all the radio stations now. What else did I do? I sealed up all underneath with silicone all around the edges of where the old floor meets the new floor, or the new used floor. Sealed all that up, and the bottom is all done. It's ready to for the exhaust system. So I got them coming in next week. Next video I'm gonna have I'll show you what you get for your X-pipe kit off of eBay. I'm gonna lay it all out on the ground and show you how it works. Except this kit, I should have got the other. I couldn't find the kit that I bought for my Chevelle because it come with a lot of extra little elbows and stuff that I used and had to cut up. And then I ordered it yesterday, and then I found the one that I ordered for my Chevelle today, so it was a little too late. Okay, I ordered 4 new tires. Okay, these are just junk tires. The treads are falling off and everything. I just put them on there to roll it around. These are actually little, I was trying to round up 4 15-inch tires. These are like little 195 65 15s. Okay, so what I ordered was 2 for the front. I ordered 2 25 60 15s, but they're going on the Chevelle. Okay, because these ones I put on 2 15 60 15s, and I think they're a little bit too small. So I'm gonna up it to 225. And then these 2 15s, these are brand new, front and back. These ones are going on the front of the Aspen RT. Okay, and then if they look too small on the Aspen, then I'll up them. Now these rims here I bought off eBay also. They're 15 by 8s. Now these big tires here are 275 60 15, and they're pretty wide. But I got them because I got 8-inch rims and they fit. On the Aspen, they're 7-inch rims. So I ordered a little bit smaller. I ordered 255 60 15s. 255 60 15s. So they're going on the back of this. See, these are junk tires here. You can see the treads all. They're just, and I may do a big old burnout here. That's the only concrete I got on the property. And when I get the exhaust put on, maybe I'll turn it around and do a big old burnout and burn these tires off before I put the new ones on. This is the only this is the worst rim here because it's got all this old paint and crap on there. Another thing, I should probably use a wire wheel to get all that off. I'm just going to go ahead and keep these rims. If I don't like them, I'll buy new ones later. But when I take off these tires here, I'm going to go ahead and paint these silver. Paint them all silver once the tires are off. Then mount the new tires. Then mount them on the car. Okay, so that'll be coming in the next video too. They'll be here next week between Wednesday and Friday. So I'll have enough time next video to get all them mounted and painted and all that. Okay, so that's what I got going on. I don't know if I bought anything else, ordered anything else yet. I just kind of order as I'm going. So I got the exhaust and the tires coming. Oh, and rear shackles. I ordered the old-timey shackles that go. You can see that. See these shackles here? I ordered the old-timey ones that come down to about here. So it's gonna jack up the car a couple inches. That's what I wanted, and I didn't want to use air shocks. So those shackles will be in. We'll be doing that next video. I got the shackles on the GTO, raised it up a couple inches. Yeah, there's only one place that sells them on. I guess I could make them, but or buy the metal and drill holes and all that. But anyway, they come with the bolts and everything, and I'll just go ahead and buy them and put them on instead of trying to make something, because they weren't cheap. They're like $39.95. Okay, yeah, I'll go over the prices. The two front tires were $71 each, and the two back ones were right at $100. Okay, so that's about 350 bucks with tax and everything. So 350 bucks worth of tires, and I didn't want to spend a couple hundred on rims right now, so I'm just going to use them rims. Okay, so I think that's all for now, and I'll get some more work done and give you an update tomorrow before we close up this video. Okay guys, I thought I'd show you this real quick. This is the quarter panel that's been replaced. Looks like they spliced it in here somewhere. You can see these. This is like 35-plus-year-old Bondo. You can see where it's all cracked. I had went over this with the DA, but I'm fixing to take the grinder to it. And it went all along here. Okay, took out all the moldings here. Looks pretty good in there. A little bit of surface rust here, but other than that, and it wasn't leaking. There's one clip missing there, and one broken one over there. Other than that, it looks good. And this is where it was spliced in here. It was spliced in there and in here. So I'm gonna have to grind all that out down to the metal and start over. And this is that little area here that I just smoothed out. And yeah, this is the only Bondo in this car, was from them putting in a quarter panel pre-87. Other than that, the car has no Bondo on it. It's all original paint other than this quarter. Even this used door I put on is original paint, and this green hood and fender, that's original paint too. It takes some work on that hood. I gotta sand all that down to bare metal and redo it. But now right now I was just really concentrating on painting this area here black, but now I got this area here. So anyway, I'll be back when I get some more updates. Okay guys, this is it grinded out. As you can see, they took a shortcut here and spliced it in here. They should have taken the back window out and then went down into this lip and all the way down to here, and then right here and here. But they took a shortcut, so they don't do that at the dealership, so this must have been done at a, you know, Mako or something like that. And they spliced it in here. They really should have spliced it up in here, but they didn't want to take this molding off, I guess. He took this one off and fucked it up, because like I said, I blew all this caulking out of there, and it had been leaking water in and rusting down at the bottom. So anyway, there's no rust underneath here or nothing, so I'm just going to use some Dynaglass along that seam and smooth all that out. Okay. Oh, the other thing I was thinking of on this interior was, you know, these cars had the Corinthian leather. I'm gonna ask my upholstery guy there if I ever get to catch them, if that's a real thing or not. Somebody says it's just a made-up term, but yeah, Ricardo Montalban, they're Corinthian leather.
I request nothing beyond the thickly cushioned luxury of seats available even in soft Corinthian leather.
Okay, I got all them areas filled in and smoothed out, and I'm fixing to prime it. We already did in another video the bottom of the quarter, so I did all the sanded all down here. There's still a few little dents. I'm not going to bother fixing them right yet, but this is the lead where they joined it from the factory right here. When he put on that quarter, he joined it right below it. But I just went and picked up some etching primer, and you always use this on aluminum, lead, stuff like that. You just really just put a light coat. This thing's all messed up. Put that a light coat of that before you prime it. A little bit of lead here. Oh, this thing's all messed up. 27 bucks for that can from my local paint store. They really screw you. Let me wipe that down a little bit. It's going to be all primed and sanded and everything anyway, but okay. And then the other deal you use before you prime it, this is some rust neutralizer. If you got any little spots, a little spot like that, and if you can see some little dark spots, just they sand and they just don't come out. I usually just put a coat. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and prime and paint the areas black around the windows, so I can go ahead and paint those louvers, and I'm going to epoxy them on there. So I'm going to get that done, but I'll wrap up this part of the video for now. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. It's free, doesn't cost anything. And Hard to Explain next video we'll be doing the exhaust and the tires, among other things. So we'll get that done, so stay tuned for all that. You'll be notified if you're subscribed. And like, comment, share, all that stuff. And appreciate y'all watching. I got almost 1,000, coming up on 1,000 views for a couple of videos. One was the original video of this, trying to start it after it's been sitting since 1987. So if you haven't watched that, go ahead and watch that and follow the series all the way up. And almost got 100 subscribers, so I'm shooting for at least 1,000 for now. Okay, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you next video.